Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this afternoon is the one and only Fox. Afternoon, Fox. How are you, mate? Oh, he's doing a bridge. Good start. He's a bit ring rusty.
I am fine, pal. Just settling out some other things in the background there, but here we are.
Yes. You looking forward to this, Fox, the game?
Aye, of course. I always look forward to the games on a Saturday or Sunday. It's always passes the time for all codgers like me at the weekend, you know.
Aye. I believe you've also got the team for us, mate, and a few talking points in there, if I'm honest.
I have indeed. The team today is Jack Butland in goal. It looks like a back four of Taverner, Sterling, Suter and Jeffrey. A middle three of Barn, Diamandi and Raskin. And up front we have Cherney, Egerman and Dessers. Substitutes are Kelly, Proper, Cortez, Barjami, Balogun and Hadji, McCausland, Curtis and Danilo.
Okay, I'll take. I would imagine a major talking point, considering the chat we had last night. Cherney starting. What do you think the rationale is there, Fox?
I think we're going to give him 60 minutes to get him up to peak performance for looking ahead towards Thursday. I think he's right to see whether he's fit enough to be good enough to be picked in for Thursday. So I think that's the gamble he's taking today.
All right then, and I suppose Jeffrey starting and Ridvan not even in the squad. Last week's performance, young Ridvan, well, not so young Ridvan now, wasn't he great, mate? Yeah.
I had a bad first half, along with a lot of the other players, right enough. But I do honestly think that the fasting for Ramadan affected a couple of our players, and it's not something that we're used to support dealing with. And I think he's brought back Jeffrey, mate, because he's given him a wee rest, and hopefully it's a boost of confidence to the boy.
I think the boy's got something. He just has to cut out the. He just has to turn on defensively, Fox. Yeah, he has to sniff danger. Yeah.
I think he lacks a bit of concentration and awareness when he's defending, but he's a good plus going forward for me. Could do a bit better with his final ball, but he's a promising prospect.
I just think he's got to keep it simple with his final ball. When he came into the team that night in Kiev, mate, he just got it, stopped it, crossed it, put it in the area, asked questions, then it's up to the forwards, mate. That's it for me.
Aye, good point, mate. He's been in and out of form all this season. But when he's good, he's very good. And when he's bad, isn't he? You know, that's the truth of it.
You know, I'm not putting the guy in the same class, but if you look at Beckham, his game was reasonably simple, wasn't it? When he got it in space, he put it into the mixer with good delivery and let the forwards do their job, mate. Yeah?
Beckham made it look simple, but I think he was a lot classier.
I know it's not that easy, but that's what he's striving for, to just get the delivery in, mate, yeah?
Aye, well, that was the one thing we had with Borna, mate, was his delivery was excellent, wasn't it? One of the best for left back, but even he had his bad days as well. We've been very inconsistent this season, and it shows in a lot of games with a few players.
The only thing we've been consistent with is our inconsistency.
Ah, well, that's true, aye.
Right, if you don't mind, give us a team, and then we'll get the phone lines open, yes?
Right, the team today is Butland in goal, back four of Taverner, Sterling, Suter and Jeffrey, middle three of Barron, Diamandi and Raskin, And up front we have Czerny, Egerman and Dessers. Substitutes Kelly, Proper, Cortez, Ozami, Balogun and Hadji, McCausland, Curtis and De Niro.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, the Dessers, Egerman, do you see that as a partnership? Do you think it'll be a 3 or do you think it'll be a 2? Do you think
I think
support the midfield or will Egerman be up top? How do you see it lining up, Fox?
the 3 of them will be up front with Egerman coming in for the left-hand side, or there might be the case that Egerman and Czerny will be the supplier for Dessers. Egerman has ceased to score a lot of goals as he did earlier on in the season, but he's a definite threat for us and possesses a great shot, Egerman.
He's not been playing in the number 9 position, to be fair to him, a lot of the time, Fox.
He's been moved about positionally, and they've experimented where to play him and get him into the side alongside Dessers. And some days, again, it's the inconsistency. Some days these boys are good, and some days they're a wee bit off the boil. But let's hope they're all in the boil today, because they're up against a good Hib side coming to Ibrox.
Well, they've got good form, mate. They've got good form, yeah.
Aye, they're on, I think people are saying, a 15-game unbeaten run. But I think when you look back on it, only Rangers have scored the best amount of goals against them was the 3-3 draw at Easter Road, where we were 2 up, get hauled back to 2-2, went in front and then threw it away again with a late goal by Bashiri. I think is it Bashiri you call him? But apart from that, they've only lost 1 goal in most of their games, so their defence is stubborn and it holds together well. We'll do well to crack this team early on today, so let's see what happens.
Aye, well, we'll go firepower. I mean, let's be honest, we make chances, Fox, under the interim manager and his coaching staff. Well, made enough chances. You know, arguably 4 goals last week. 4 goals could have been double that, Fox, yeah?
Aye, we have been scoring well, but we've yet to sort out the defence. We've got another attempt to give linking up Sterling with Suter and Tavernier and Jeffrey. So we keep alternate. We went to a 3 last week. And we need to remember, this is 4 games that Ibrox will fail to win. So we need to end our run of being unbeaten, as well as ending Hibs' run of being successful.
Aye, I think I get your point. Right, young Raskin, he's been playing well for us. Barron, not so good. We went to Corin Barron, that was the boy at the start of the season. If I could just give him a tip, mate, I think he's still getting his graft. He's still trying to close the ball down and work hard. I just think when he's gone forward, he's struggling to pass the ball forward. No, in situations it might be the right thing to do, you know, but that he just needs to add that to his game at the right time, mate. Yeah.
He's a very industrious wee player, Barron. As you say, again, it's releasing the ball at the right time to the right people, and I hope he improves in that, because I like him because his attitude. He's never say die attitude. Gets in about people, and alongside Raskin, mate, they're quite a formidable wee defensive pairing, and also as Raskin is now getting forward. They're a good wee combination when it works right. And along with Diamandi, who adds a wee bit of class at times. Not so strong in the ball as the other 2, but still offers quite a lot, Diamandi.
He does some wonderful things, Diamandi. If you think back to that victory at their place, mate, that maze he done, you know, in the middle of the park was just outrageous, wasn't it?
He's got good individual skills, but again today I think Hibs have been playing a kind of 3-4-3 formation, and they'll have four in the middle against our three. So we'll need to do a really good short passing to get through their midfield and produce the balls for the boys up front.
Dessers, mate. Enigma, hero, villain. How do you see it?
I like Dessers, mate. I really do. I know a lot of people like to have a go at a game, go at him for missing easy chances. But as people say, he gets in the position. He's kind of got better this season at not being offside so much for me. And he tries to time his runs better, gets into the position. But even in that game last week where people say he missed a lot of chances, he got most of them on target, mate. So that's the main. He's no ballooning everything near the bar as he did last year, you know.
Aye. Listen, mate. The two goals chopped off and Fenerbahce, the goal chopped off last week, and I couldn't blame him, mate, because they were forwards running. I don't think VAR was brought in to do that. I thought VAR was brought in to pick up tackles like the one in the Liverpool Everton game. But there you go with the arrow. Yes, but that's I quite take on VAR. But Dessers is, you're right, Fox. He works hard and he definitely can't say he doesn't get any positions. It's just his decision making when he has that chance, mate. And that's all just instinct, isn't it? Instinct. Can you teach that, Fox? I don't know if you can.
I think you're born with that killer instinct when you're a people like Ruth, mate, who are just blessed with the instinct of having the composure, seeing where the keeper is and just putting it the opposite way. I think some players, I think there's a big difference between a centre forward and a striker. Centre forwards, they tend to be like Dessers, where they're there to make and help with chances, and then you get the striker who's Ruth, who's deadly. There is a wee difference in the players, and I think that's how Dessers would always be a better player when there's two up front.
The traditional 4-4-2, is that what you're saying?
3-5-2, 4-4-2, as long as you've got two up front, you know, even in the 4-3-3 or 4 or with the three where one's hanging back and you've got the two up front. But I think he scores goals for us, mate, and we have paid a lot of money for strikers who haven't even scored the goals that Dessers has. So he's maybe not as bad as people think he is.
I think sometimes it's his all-round play, mate, that does it, you know. And when he was blatantly offside, then people dislike you, and to take that half becomes difficult. I think it's 23 goals this season. You know, if he can manage 7 between now and the end of the season, Fox, that's that magical 30 number, isn't it?
Aye, well, that's quite a good return for strikers, you know. Apart from, I think it's Maeda who's outscored him. I think he's doing as well as any other striker in Scotland, you know, and better than most.
Aye. Right, Fox, people join us all the time. Give us the team.
The team today is Butland, Tavernier, Sterling and Suter, Jeffrey, Barron, Diamandi, Raskin, Czerny, Egeman and Dessers. Substitutes Kelly, Proper, Cortez, Barjami, Balogun, Hadji, McCausland, Curtis and Danilo.
Yes. Are you surprised at the team, or were you in the Old Bear camp, or were you in the South Side camp? I'm not saying the two of them are camp. Well, maybe they are, but that's another story. What was your rationale on it? What was your take on it? Or you no surprised that, say, Czerny starts?
No, I think Rangers should always play their best team. Injuries occur at all sorts of points in games and training. They can do it in the house, you know. always play your best side, and to fiddle about too much with players upsets the rhythm of the team for me. And that's how probably we've not had a real good settled side for donkeys, mate. We haven't got a great choice in the players because of injuries earlier on in the season. But once you've got them all fit, play your best team. That's my
You've
reason.
argued that for a long time, haven't you? You've argued that for a long time. You have
Well,
natural rotation, injuries, and suspensions. Yeah.
aye, of course. I know the amount of games we play now is much more than it was in the past. But you remember back to great Rangers teams that you could pick the team on the Monday and know what was turning out on the Saturday or Sunday, could you know? Because that's what we always done. You knew your best 11, and when they were fit, they were playing.
I think if you check that out, Fox, it doesn't happen as often as you think. Yeah. You know, with your great sides, there was always a tweak or somebody was missing, you know.
Well, injuries cause that, and wee niggles cause that, but when they're all fit, mate, they play, don't they? I mean, that's what you pay the extra money and transfer fees for, to get the best of quality that you can afford. So when they're fit, they should play.
Yes, I don't. Listen, the paying public pay to see the best players, didn't they?
Yes, and we also pay to get entertained, so let's hope that that's two things that we see today. I'm pleased with the team. Some people might know that Albert was saying we shouldn't risk them. I think we should, because the more consistently these players play together, the better they gel, the better they know each other.
All right. The back four with Sterling. Is there any chance that him and Tav will swap, or do you just see Tav playing it right back?
I see Tav is right back today and Sterling as the centre half. Yourself, do you not agree with that?
I do agree with that. I was just asking you if you think there was any chance, yeah? Because Tav, that couple of times he went in and played on the right side of the defence, arguably some of his better matches, Fox.
Aye, it's well, Proper's out the picture now a wee bit because he's messed about with the back two all the time. It's Balogun and Proper that are the back the reserves today for centre half positions. The other young two centre backs that we brought in don't seem to be in the picture at all. So I take it Barry doesn't actually fancy them, you know.
Where do we sit with Proper, mate? What's your rationale? Would you hold him? Would you twist in the summer if an offer came in, if you had a replacement lined up? What's your thinking?
I think he's better in Europe for me than he is in the run-of-the-mill games in Scotland. I think he's all right. He's only got a year left in his contract anyway, so.
Oh, I think it was a 3-year deal, Fox.
Was it? I thought it was only a 2-year deal, but I must be wrong. But that's fair. He's all right. If we get an offer for him, let him go without a doubt, because I wouldn't say he was a standout player we thought we might have been getting. And for the experience he had before he came here, he's no showed up with that experience at Ibrox for me.
Aye, the physicality in the Scottish League when he's been, when we're pushing up the park and he's a one-on-one battle with a centre half. I don't know if he's won many. He's had some decent games as South Side points out, maybe more so in Europe, as you said also, Fox, yeah?
Aye. He's no good in the air for a centre half, and we've had a few centre halves like that. The boy at Birmingham, what was his name?
Davis.
He was good in the ground, but poor in the air as well. I like Big Balogun because he's strong in the air, but his days are numbered, as we all know, mate. The clock's ticking for him, isn't it?
Aye. Everybody likes Balogun, but, you can see he's aging in front of your eyes, Fox, Not everybody's like me or you, youthful, blessed with the youthful good looks, mate, you know what I mean?
If only, mate, if only.
Yes, I'm not arguing with you, mate. I'm not arguing with you. Yeah. So aye. But how do you see it panning out today? First goal important. We can't keep giving teams 2 goals at start, mate.
Aye, I'd agree with that. I don't know what it is. I think that we've lost early goals a couple of times. We take too long to get into the game for me. Put our stamp in the game. We seem to sit back and try and figure out what the opposition's doing before we produce our own game. And I think we should go at teams for the very first whistle instead of holding back. And then the next time these teams are scoring an early goal or right under pressure then, and in a couple of games recently we've lost the second. We need to put an end to that and start playing our own game, attack for the first whistle.
Aye, I mean, listen, it wasn't their fault we lost the goal, but it was slack play with Ridvan and Raskin right in the start of the game in the midfield under no danger, mate. And then they got a partner that was put out for a corner, and then bang, you're one down. You know, you've got responsibility the whole time as a professional. Yeah, it's not a Sunday league match, you know.
A wee bit of complacency early in the game, and we've paid the price for it. So, well, I mean, I've got Barry here if you want to hear what Barry wants to say.
Yes, mate. Well, I'll get a mute and you play Mr. Barry Ferguson.
Barry, just firstly on the team, is it good to get obviously Vaslav back in the starting 11?
Yeah, it's good to see him back. Obviously, he's had a couple of training sessions which he's come through pretty well. So delighted to have him back. Whether he'll last the 90 minutes, we just need to wait and see. But look, he's been a big player for me since I've come into this job. I thought we missed him last week against Dundee, so we're obviously delighted that he's going to be available to start, and hopefully he can bring his qualities.
What do you want to see from your side today that you perhaps didn't see last weekend in Dundee?
Starting the game a hell of a lot better. I wasn't happy with it. I made that clear at half time. Certainly got a reaction in the second half, but we need to be a lot more solid. That's clear for everybody to see. That's something that we spoke about at length, something that we've worked on, and hopefully the amount of sessions that we've went through and the amount of analysis that we went through, that we can obviously be more solid defensively, because I think going forward we always look a real threat. So yep, there's been a lot of work put in this week, but one thing I will say is the boys have responded in the right manner.
Yeah, how key is it today to get that first goal and not give yourself a mountain to climb once again?
It's always key at home. I mean, I think far too many teams now enjoy coming to Ibrox, and that's something that frustrates me, so we need to start changing that, and we've got a brilliant opportunity today. We're coming up against a Hibs team that are clearly high in confidence, 15 unbeaten in the league. So we're expecting a tough one, but we have to take our game plan to Hibs and make sure that we stamp our authority on the game.
Yeah, is that important to get back to winning ways at Ibrox and give the supporters a performance that they'll...
Yeah, it is. I mean, but we've overturned the away form. There's no doubt about that, but the home form's something that, again, as a group that we spoke about, and we need to change that. As I said, we need to make sure teams come here and don't enjoy playing at Ibrox. That's got to be the way forward. So as I said, the clear message is to the players, and they fully understand that we need to start games really quickly, really on the front foot and be aggressive.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Now we know Barry listens to the show, folks.
By the way, that's just what I was thinking there myself. So he's been listening to the show before he's done that press conference. But I think it's plainly obvious for most of the support. I think we see for the stands and on the television how we're starting games. So they notice it as well. And let's hope, we keep mentioning this, we're fixed out in the training. We need to see it on the park. Training doesn't matter. Get it done on the park, and then we'll understand where things are going, you know.
Aye. Obviously, discussed Tierney's been training for a couple of days, yeah. He'll still be fit, you know. he played international, missed a game, mate. He's not going to lose his fitness, but I think, as you rightly pointed out, 60 minutes and then get him off and maybe get Cortez on, yeah.
I would like to see Cortez getting a wee run in the side. I think he's a gifted player. I also like to see Danilo coming off the bench as well today at some time. I think Danilo offers a wee bit extra up front. We've got, as I was saying, we've got two experienced campaigners at the back to, if things aren't looking too good when we're defending. Hopefully they're there in merit, Sterling and Suter, and I hope they work out as a good partnership today, because Boyle and I think it's Kukararevic or something for the Hibs are both dangerous attackers, and we need to keep them out the game as well as we possibly can.
Sterling gives you that bit of pace at cover along with Jeffy, didn't he? There is pace there at the back line that sometimes we've not had, or we've been accused of not having, but then he hasn't shown there. I don't think he looks natural in there. The best form he's had for us is still playing defensive mid, but hopefully he grows into the position, yeah.
Another one that's not too clever in the air ops, we tried Tav, and Tav's no for us. Although Tav isn't a great, I think Tav can jump for the ball. He's no bad in the air, Tav, sometimes, but we've always lacked that double pairing, as Bridge would say, that are strong in the air, especially the way Jack Butland stays in his line now. I've always preferred him as he did when he first came, as he used to come and collect the balls. He stays in his line now, whether that's under instruction or no, I don't know. And congratulations for him. I think it's his 100th game for Rangers today.
Him and Desser's 100 games, eh?
What one's been the better success then, Ox?
Oh, that's a real tough one, folks. I would, if you're beginning Player of the Month awards, I would have said that Dessers would have won more than Butland. There you go. I
tend to agree. Both of them matter so much to the team. One scores goals and one prevents them. But I think Dessers is just in front of Butland for me at the moment.
Right, I'll ask you this. Put the two of them, who's made the most mistakes?
Well, it's no a mistake if you don't score, is it? Or the keeper saves the ball. But when a keeper usually makes a mistake, it results in a goal against you. So,
all right, I'll rephrase that. Who's made the most clangers?
Probably Jack Butland this season. But goalkeepers are strange, mate. They have terrific seasons and then not so good seasons. I think the most consistent we've had for a long time was Gordon, who seemed to be on the ball at the bet all the time. No, every game. But some keepers have good seasons and bad seasons, and let's hope this is Jack's bad season and get it out of the way.
It's about a bad 14 months, mate. It's no a season. That's the problem. It started the end of last season, mate. Maybe March time.
But he said his good games as well. They've no all been bad,
No.
And he's never at any time had a settled two centre halves in front of him either. And that makes a big difference with communication, etc. His positioning. Does he trust that the centre half's going to get the ball before he positions himself or to come and take it or save it, mate? It makes a big difference for me.
And there's things like communication in that, folks, but when the ball's in the air at a certain height coming in for the corner, it shouldn't matter who's centre half. So if it's the right decision, he should come for it. He should come for it. Irrelevant who's playing next to him, mate. That's the decision making as a goalkeeper, no?
But this thing that's crept into the game in the last few years are really blocking the goalkeeper on the line. I can't even remember that happening so much years ago. I think it was a kind of fairer old days where there was hustle and bustle in the box, but very rarely did they try and box the keeper in, But it's a tactic now that's used by every team, probably including ourselves. So it's a tougher stint at set plays for keepers now.
You never stood in front of the goalie, Fox?
No, mate, I was too busy making the run and header on the ball in the box.
Must have been a team of gentlemen you played with.
No, but I mean, you notice it now that there's sometimes two players blocking them for getting out ops, and then you add in your own player trying to shove them out. The goalkeeper doesn't get much room sometimes, you know. And they're not as overprotected as they used to be either, in my view.
Aye. Things are changed, Fox. But your decision making is your decision making. Yeah. And Butland's not a good period. Hopefully, he can start turning the corner today. Yeah.
Aye, hopefully. He's went through a wee bit. He just had a baby, etc. You know how they keep you up and everything. I know it's not an excuse, but it does affect people's minds, you know. I think he's basically one of the better keepers in Scotland. He's just having a bad time, you know.
So let's just say you were putting a roof together and the guy was putting some tiles on the roof and he put them on upside down and he turned around to the gaffer and says, "Oh, by the way, I've adjusted a vein. I'm not thinking my best." Aye, really? Come on. He's there to catch the ball and highly paid, mate. He's got a job to do.
Aye. I agree, I'm making a couple of excuses for him. That's just the way I'm on, mate. I'm not as critical on players as you are.
Aye, listen, I accept this is good games, but he has to start turning the corner, mate, because he'll lose the support, mate. Last week, you could tell people, if we hadn't won that game, it would have been different for Jack, I think, you know, because he's lost 3 goals and one of them was a howler. But sometimes when you go in and win the game, you forget about it to a certain level, Fox.
Aye, the goalie, that one that bounced off his chest was poor. There's no excusing that, mate, but there's other parts of the team. There's people that should stop crosses coming into the box, stop giving players runs on them to get in behind it, scoring opportunities and leave the goalkeeper open. It's not always down to the goalkeeper, mate. Outfield players play a part in this as well. With the basic mistakes, I agree with you, but not every goal that Jack Butland loses is his fault.
No, I agree with that. Here's a question for you. When was the last time there was the defender that was part of your coaching team?
Oh, I don't know. Can't think, mate.
Well, what have we got this now? Midfield, goalie, 2 forwards?
Aye. I don't know. We've always had goalkeeping. Got a defensive coach. I can't think of at the moment, mate. No off the bat, I can't think of.
Or somebody who was a defender as a coach?
Well, we don't know what the boy Charlie does, mate. He seems to be an all-round coach, highly thought of, and probably will be part of the coaching squad going forward. I don't see him leaving. People don't speak about him much, but he was brought in the January there when Clement and his mob went, was it end of February. He's still there, so somebody thinks well of him. And he may have a prominent part to play going forward.
So, how do you see it panning out today? How do you see it? You're looking for a nice, comfortable 2-0?
I don't see many goals in this game. I think Hibs have got a solid defence, as I said. Decent keeper, decent back three. Don't give away much. Our attacking's improved. I would go maybe 2-1, mate. Oh, I think it'll be close. Yourself?
Arguably, that was one of our better periods again. The opening half hour at Easter Road, mate. We had them running and chasing shadows, and then we lost a cheap goal, and we lost our way a wee bit. But I think sort of different to you. I think the two teams will go out and try and score goals. I can see there being goals in the game, but I'm hoping that we can keep a clean sheet, Fox. Yeah, and the goals will come at our end. So 2-0.
Well, I would be very happy with that. A win at all today would be happy. No injuries, and then move on to Thursday. get it out the way. I hope it's an entertaining game for the fans at Ibrox today, and I hope it's entertainment for the boys that's unfortunate enough not to go to the games and watch it on the telly.
I'm looking forward to it, Fox, but I'm looking forward to this week, mate, because it's the quarterfinals of European competitions. We've had a few, but they don't come around that often, especially now as the competitions get harder for the countries with a smaller population, Fox, yeah?
Aye, it's good that we are still in at this level of competition in Europe. We don't get enough credit for it. People seem to think that them across the city had advanced. All they did was get into the chance of getting into the last 16, but the way the papers are talking was they made the last 16. We are the team in this country that carry the coefficient points and have the best win rate out of any of the teams. And I'm proud of our team, the way they play in Europe. I think they punch above their weight, and just hoping we keep it up, mate. And I'm looking forward to the Bob Wales game as well.
Aye. It's an exciting week starting the day at 3 o'clock, yeah?
It's exciting when you keep winning, Ox. A defeat today would put us back into the depression mode, which we've seen very often on this show. A win bucks us up and keeps us going to Thursday. So a win is important today. As I say, more than anything, no injuries. And that'll keep us all happy and looking forward to Thursday.
Who's your key players today then, Fox?
I think the key players will be in the midfield back. We've got to get control in the midfield. Barron and Raskin controlling that. Diamandi giving us that wee bit of flair and hopefully producing the balls to get the front three in and about their defence and scoring goals. At the back, as you say, we keep a clean sheet. That is a big bonus. That's a win for us just to keep the clean sheet the way things are at the moment. So that and a win, and then this pretty bad 4 games. We've both no won at Ibrox, mate.
I get that monkey off our back, mate. Get that monkey off our back twice this week, mate. Yeah?
Without a doubt.
You know, and build on the confidence, as you rightly state, yes?
Yep, build it on. I would actually take Suter off maybe after 60 minutes as well, because he will only be playing Thursday, and the same with Diamandi. You've got to get there who will be their stand-ins. Are we getting up to speed 30 minutes? And I hope he does that today as well.
Shooter off. Ballaghan on or proper?
Oh, hello, brother.
Oh, I think we've been joined by Ross. How you doing, Ross?
How you doing, brother?
Aye. What's on your mind, mate?
I was listening to Barry Ferguson talking the day there. What do we think of him maybe being the manager full time?
I think there's a lot of water to go under the bridge before we get to that decision, mate. Yeah. And listen, if he gets 2-3-0 wins in the next 2 games, the clamour will grow. Fox.
Part him being the manager.
You would like to keep him as manager, Ross? Is that what you're saying?
Aye. Definitely, aye.
Well, personally, I would like to see the group with the 3 of them who seem to communicate better than most of the previous ones that we've had recently. I'd like to see them, even if we bring in a new manager, I'd like to see Barry even staying. Whether he would accept being behind a new manager is something we'll need to wait and see. If the deal is put to him, I think he might accept it rather than just go back and be a pundit, you know. But he's done well. I think he's surprised a few people, Ross, yourself.
Well, aye, he surprised me big time now. I mean, the fans and the team are all listening to each other now. The way it should be. The one they're listening to last time, but now we seem to be winning games in and out games. Obviously, some games we're getting beat, but let's go for it. let's see if we can win the day. Beat these monkeys today.
It's a big game for the day. Obviously, we went through against Fenerbahce, but he's actually lost 2 games at Ibrox. So it's a big game for us now. And I get your point, Ross. If he wins the day, wins on Thursday, the support, a lot of people and might feel that they want to give him a chance. But first of all, you have to win these games, Fox.
Aye, I mean a lot of boys don't like him. I don't know why, but honestly, I think he's a great manager for us, and I think he'll do really well working. He's only a young boy and give him time, but I think he's a brilliant manager. What do you think yourself?
I think he needs more experience myself. I think it's worked well at part of what they call the new manager bounce kind of term, but whether over a full season's Barry's got the experience to carry a good Rangers side, we'll need to wait and see.
Ross, we're just going to wrap up now. How do you think it's going to go today? What's your prediction?
I'll go for 4-1. I'm being greedy. Go for 4-1 against Rangers. Rangers 4-1.
We'll take that, Fox, won't we?
Oh, I'd take that in a minute, mate. Aye.
What about Southside? Is he there now?
No, he's at the game, mate. He's at the game.
Oh, he's at the game. Aye, good. Anyway, I'll let you go, but me other people no surrender.
Cheers, Ross. Take it.
No bother.
Fox, thanks for taking this time to join us, mate. Last word.
Last word. Hope it's a good game. Hope the fans enjoy themselves and behave themselves after the last couple of weeks of warning. Get out there, support the Rangers, and hopefully it's a win for us today, Ops.
Here. Listen, thanks to Ross for joining us here at the death. Thanks to Fox for doing the show, supported by all schoolboy in the background. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating a Rangers victory at Ibrox. Take it away, all schoolboy.
As we go marching down the Paisley Road West, the doors and the windows open wide, you will hear the people cheer. The Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. As we go marching down the Paisley Road West, the doors and the windows open wide, you will hear the people cheer. The Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me.